We were just commentating with Aperture.
Yeah, this will be a fun set to watch. I actually don't know much about the Joker Inkling matchup. I've only played it in a handful of friendlies. We don't have a ton of Inklings in Dallas, actually.
That's such a lie.
I haven't played any of them other than Cam and Chase.
Such a lie.
And, well, I don't see them. Not Cam. What am I saying? I meant Burr.
Burr? Yeah,
I think I saw Cam, and my brain was like, that's the person I meant to refer to.
We have Chase. We have Frost. We had Karna for a while.
Karna's on Joker, though, so it's fine.
I guess I'm thinking about Texas in general, too, because we also have Dojo in the state.
Texas has a ton of Inklings. Dallas has a small smattering.
Yeah.
Dallas just doesn't have a ton of top-tier
But some good Inklings nonetheless.
Absolutely, absolutely.
You know, Frost wins, like, almost everything out in Fort Worth, so, like, for what that's Fort Worth. Am I right? So anyways, yeah, we've got Aperture versus Karna. And yeah, so I'm interested to see this because I have literally no idea how good Aperture is, aside from the fact that he's able to make it out of pools, which means that he's really dang good.
He's a pretty good player in the UK. I actually don't know if he's ranked / what he's ranked, but I know he's a very good player.
Ooh. No matter what your rank is, it won't weigh you down enough to live that RZE back row, which is so strong at ledge.
Yeah, that is an objectively true statement. That move is scary. And Inkling can't really navigate around it all that well because it's so large.
Yeah,
that was great recovery from Karna. Just good patience and good good presence of mind to not drift in against an Inkling. Anything
that involves reaction time is something that Karna will try to lean towards because his reaction time is, to put it frankly, ridiculous. He's so good at ledge trapping, he's so good at ledge guarding and recovering, all for the same reason, which is that he waits to see if you'll commit to something, then comes back. But
I find that very interesting. A lot of the other things that Karna does very, very well, like StarCraft and Magic and all that stuff, rely a lot on like aggressive planning and adaptation on the fly and, you know, just strategizing in that sort of way that you wouldn't expect him to be such a fast reaction-based player where he's like just willing to cover you the second you do something wrong.
But he is, dude. Like that is the bread and butter of his gameplay. And
absolutely.
It runs deep, but you got to see how he gets off this ledge. That's not something that can always be cured by reaction time, and we can see that Aperture now really putting a lot of pressure on him.
I love that Tetrakarn that he did on ledge right there. Not because it was going to counter anything, not because he was expecting a button to get pushed, but specifically because he didn't want to fall on top of Slap Bomb. So he used it to delay his descent meaningfully enough to where he could just come back without having to worry about an Inkling button or Splat Bomb.
That's
which was super smart.
Yeah, that is very smart.
Either that or he wasn't expecting it.
Could leave you vulnerable, but you know, when it comes to Splat Bomb, they've already committed to it. And there we see Karna once again, you know, catching that landing, realizing that Aperture. The other thing that Karna is so good at is picking up on habits.
Yeah, for sure.
Like you said, like he plays a lot of games where it's about adaptation on the fly, stuff like that.
That is something that Magic players I've found are very good at, because I've played Smash with a handful of them, is being able to like read someone's intentions based on what actions they are and aren't doing at any given time is like a critical component of that game, and it translates pretty well to other games. So a player as good as Karna in those spaces will absolutely have that skill set and make good on it in competitive Smash.
Right now what we're seeing is, you know, Aperture, whenever Aperture has some stage control, he's very good at leveraging that against Karna and doing a lot of damage with it. But the problem is that Karna's doing such a good job of wrestling stage control back from Aperture every single time, particularly just with his movement. Karna's not even necessarily threatening moves all the time. He's just pushing Aperture out of center.
Yeah. And honestly, that's a lot of what Joker's really, really good at, is just scaring you with movement and then getting you in positions where his moves will kill you.
Oh
good
my
lord.
Gosh, so deep.
Something about Joker back air, both regular and RZE, is they have a lot more base than they do scaling. So you can back air someone from center at like 140, and a lot of the time they'll live. They'll have enough space to DI it and live. But if you back air them at ledge at like 30, a lot of times with RZE, they're gonna die. So being able to use your movement to force someone into the corner like that and take those stocks super early, absolutely critical. And Karna's masterful at that.
Critical stab, man. All it takes is that dagger to send you off. And I mean, again, you know, like you said, even if Aperture was at like half the % he was at there, he probably wouldn't even been able to make it back playing Inkling, which is just goes to show you, man. So Aperture, I guess going to, I mean, I would have to guess Omega Great Plateau Tower is what he's going for. My eyesight's horrible, so I couldn't see if that was Battlefield or not. But as Inkling, I would love to see FD.
I'm excited for... I don't think FD is super great because of down gun. But I guess he's going to go do it anyway. I'm curious to see why. But I'm glad we're here because I love the music on this stage. I love Zelda music. Also just
I don't
pretty-
have anywhere to jump off of that. I've never played a Zelda game.
We're fixing that. In any case,
we've literally said this for like 3 years about me, and nobody's ever done it.
I'll do it.
But anyways, yeah, so FD, like you said, a lot of benefits for Joker on this stage, and I guess that early combo game can be one of them if Karna knows how to get those drag down up airs.
Yeah, so deceptively, I actually think that Joker and Inkling have pretty similar game plans in a lot of ways, like the way that they contest space in neutral and whatnot, and the way that they like fight you into a position. Joker is more explosive, Inkling is more consistent, I'd say, but they play a similar game, so I imagine for a lot of reasons that Joker likes this stage, Inkling likes it too. Inkling has B-reverse stuff on recovery, Inkling has roller double jump stuff, you know.
Yeah.
You got a lot of ways to mix up what you're doing as the Inkling player.
You can also see that right now, Aperture is dealing with a lot of trouble getting out of, starting an advantage state at all, whether that's getting out of disadvantage himself or leveraging a solid hit in neutral, because Karna's making such a liberal use of these guns. Like you said, down guns, and also, as it turns out, just any regular gun is doing wonders for Karna in this matchup on FD right now. But see, I like the attempt to reset, though, with the aerial, rather than trying to go for a big hit that wouldn't have killed Karna anyways.
Yeah.
It's good awareness.
That's the kind of thing that you really need to be cognizant of. And I'm glad that they actually made a change there in the beginning of the game, because for a long time that berry lasted forever.
Yeah.
So what they did was they actually made it so that the berry lasts a lot less time at low percent and a lot more time at high percent. So at low percent, you're not going to be able to get the big, strong hitboxes out that you would be expecting normally. So going for an aerial there is as critical as ever. But there is going to kill for sure.
Perfectly jumping out of that splat roller at the right time to even up this game, which is actually pretty amazing to say. We actually saw that once Aperture got Karna off stage, that's where he started making a lot of money.
Yeah,
it's not, you're not going to get a lot of juggles in this matchup as Inkling, but if you can, keep the Joker off stage and not let him, back on for free, which is what Aperture's been doing a great job of. You see this right here, even with the unorthodox options, he's making it hard for Karna to reestablish a stage presence.
For sure. And I think it's interesting watching the way that Aperture approaches his game plan, because he's a former Sonic player from Smash 4 and still has a Sonic in this game.
Yeah, he was talking to me about that earlier, and I was like, I hope that he plays Sonic.
Inkling is such a maneuverable character that the way that he manipulates space, that was incredible. But the way that Aperture manipulates space is so distinctly like a former Sonic player thing, and it's really cool. It's like how in Melee, you can tell that Mango used to play Puff by the way that he spaces aerials and stuff as Fox. Some part of that never leaves you.
Yeah, you're right. I don't think that backer that Karna got off stage is ever going to leave me, dude. I'm sorry. I'm still thinking about it. Like, he went so low for that.
That's the Joker. RZE up B is large.
That's very big. But now, you gotta find a way to, I guess, probably land a roller. That's where Aperture's been finding these stocks, and Karna's not like telegraphing his landings as much as he was earlier.
I like that. I like that Karna was using jabs to just push for position. He's like, I'm going to force you off stage here. He didn't really make a ton off of getting Aperture off stage, but I think that the idea was very sound, and I appreciated what he was going for.
I think maybe Aperture can take advantage a little bit. It seems like every time Karna goes near the inked ground, he's definitely jumping a lot to avoid the speed slowdown. And maybe Aperture can pick up a stock there by calling it out with an up air.
Yeah, possible.
Oh, falling up air.
Yeah,
not quite going to do it since, you're right at the bottom of the stage. Now you gotta pick up this edge guard, otherwise you're in trouble.
Wow.
Yeah, the tip of that back air.
That was so well spaced.
That would be perfectly spaced.
Yeah, absolutely. I want to see if Aperture can fight this back, because that jab is the means of finding your way back into this sort of game.
Yeah, and putting on a lot of ink, but Karna's not going to let him get maximum. You can tell that he's definitely SDIing out at that percent.
Yeah.
I can see up air connecting. I like that. Instead of going for the up air to, that would be a failed end-up juggle on Joker. Go for the back air, reset back to neutral, and maybe take some stage.
For sure.
Ooh, get up attack gets called out.
Good pivot grab.
This could be it if Karna decides to go deep. But
good job saving his double jump, but unfortunately that back air is going to do it for sure.
Karna picked up on the timing from Aperture getting off of ledge. There wasn't a lot of mix-up there, which is kind of unfortunate, because otherwise, again, you have to realize that Karna's got that great reaction time. But like you said, also the great adaptation and picked up on that sort of rhythm.
Yeah, for sure.